Alright, so this is track number 3, Can't Believe It, part 2. This is a part of something that I had did, Can't Believe It, years ago with Tony Mission. He made beats for 2 Chainz, which was Titty Boy then. But we're going to go ahead and get to that story after this hook. Let's go. So in the hook is talking about they try to hold you back and try to tell you something that's not a fact. And sometimes when we start understanding things growing up and getting a better understanding of the things that people have said, people try to teach us things and all that, sometimes we add a wow that you can't believe the things that you thought you understood that you didn't know. So we have to recalibrate our minds and our program that we was programmed at such a young age. And now we have to start thinking for ourselves and creating that factual thing. We got to understand facts because it's too easy out here. If you're not thinking for yourself, there's a program out here that will think for you, and they call it autopilot, and you'll be doing everything that they want you to be doing. But the beauty of it is, when you can't believe a thing that is meant for you to try to believe, then it might not be from the creator of all things created, seen and unseen. Because when you move in the spirit, when you move with the source, you can understand the truth from a lie. You can understand the clear and the know that I know from confusion. Because the creator of all things seen and unseen is not a creator of confusion, to where that what he's given into your life and what he's given to you is based off of just idiocracy or just confusion. It's not based off of that. It's based for our promise. It's based for prosperity. It's based for our thriving. It's based for our protection, our livelihood, and for our imperfection to be better, because we know we can't be perfect. So at this time, I was actually in the studio and somehow was listening to some beats. And I came across this beat right here for this Can't Believe It Part 2. And it reminded me when I was making the Part 1, when I was recording with Duffel Bad Boys, you know, over in Atlanta, in Bankhead. And I was with Tony Mission, was my producer that time, which was the producer for Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz back then of Player Circle. And one of the Titty Boy's guys, I'm trying to remember his name, Raekwon. I think it was Raekwon. I'm getting it wrong. It was so much. It was years and years ago. Okay, this is when Titty Boy came up with the song with Lil Wayne. You know, and they was talking about, I ain't do nothing but ball. That one, that was the era then of when I was out here in Atlanta. But I was making that song with that guy. I was making that song in the studio with the guy Tony Mission, and the Titty Boy's friend came in. One of his artists came in and he liked it. He wanted to sign me to the Duffel Bad Boys, you know, based off of that song and others that he had heard, which was my older music. He actually wanted me to do a hook for him on a song that he had with Lil Fate. Did the hook, super dope. You know what I mean? Loved it. But one thing about this Part 2 was that I understood from when I made that Part 1, I understood that no matter what you're doing, some way and somehow you'll be inspiring and motivating other people through your blessings. You know, my blessings is to do music, entertain people, do film, all that stuff. Just to be me is a blessing. So while I'm being me with the blessing, I'm putting out Part 1, I can see people taking my ideas and doing records with it. You know, shout out to Lil Bootsy. The dude took Can't Believe It, and he actually, you know, I guess made it his own. You know, I know it was mine because he shot out Alaska. What man in their right mind would shout out Alaska, you know, just off the spur, if they didn't know that where they got that impression of that song from was an Alaskan. But there's no beef, no hard foul. I just know that those moments right there, I couldn't believe that he did that. And I didn't get no phone call to this day. And it's okay. But this is my story. This is my story. This is what can't believe it means to me. Can't believe it is. There'll be people out here telling you things and saying it's a fact, but it's a lie. They'll try to sell you a dream and it's a nightmare. They'll try to befriend you for your best quality in yourself and then turn around and backstab you. And guess what? We left with can't believe it. And that's what track number 3 is about.
I hold you down, try to hold you back. They try to tell you something that's not a fact.
I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it. Keep you running from the fear. Touchdown, running from the tears. Right now, used to tell me I was never big enough. And he said I was too soft, but I had the biggest heart. I can't listen what they telling me. I might catch a charge.
They end up in the felony of the paddy wagon, hammer in the nail of me.
Always double check the product, fucking
Sucker niggas selling mama, shooting star, propelling me. All I see is got me, deviltry. Everything is everything, and less like that. On your lap, always did a fast. You know about that. And one thing I want to do in this track on a note was, there was a point in my life when I was in the dope game. I was in the streets and I was dealing all kind of crazy drugs and thinking that, you know, this was the way to provide for myself and somehow, you know, bless others. And I would see myself taking people out to dinners or whatever, or I'm having dinners and, you know, I'm a praying man, I'm a God-fearing man. I'll be over my food praying, thank you, God, for this food and blessing me and all that. And how dare I do that when I just paid for this whole evening, this experience with money that I'm getting through the streets doing the devil's work. I can't believe that I was doing that, but I did. And that's track number 3. Can't believe it.